What's up guys, LeopoldTheBrave here, and today we're doing a video on Fall Guys. It's the new big game that everyone's playing, but I have a personal connection to it too, because the community manager of the game is Oliver, age 24, a YouTube content creator that I used to watch all the time, back in the day, so it's really cool to see him pop up again, somewhere else doing something else, just seeing what he's up to. But aside from that fact, the game is really fun on its own. It's like Wipeout, if you've ever seen that reality show, just completing and platforming obstacle courses and other challenges until you're the last one standing. And since I've been playing the game a lot, I've had tons of time to come up with all kinds of ideas for different things, customization items, quality of life fixes, but today we're going to be talking about rounds. Now, if a Fall Guys person just so happens to be watching this, you have full consent to take these ideas. You don't even have to credit me in the game, just credit me among the team maybe, in case you guys need an idea, man. Ho ho ho! Anyways, let's begin with these crudely drawn idea concepts and explanations of them. Here we go. The first round I've come up with is an upward spiral. Yep, see, crudely drawn. Here we have a top-down view and a view from the side so you can see what it's like. It's basically just a race. You climb up the spiral, jump over these gaps, and try to avoid getting hit by fruit and knocked off the sides or knocked into the gaps. It'd probably take a little while for everyone to complete, like Seesaw, because the spiral is so long and you'd get knocked over tons of times by the fruit falling down. So only 50% can qualify. It would be a really fun starting round that would knock out a bunch of players right from the start. Plus, we do need more obstacle courses. Those are always my favorite. For my second idea, we have a final round. Now, in some of the episodes, when you get to the final round, you can end up with a really small amount of players, which usually leads to you getting Royal Fumble, which is a fun game when you have 5 or 6 players. But once you have 4 or less, it becomes really easy to cheese the competition, and it becomes unfair for others. My strat is when you have the tail, just keep running along the outer side of the spinning wheel in the center. It's so good. But anyways, to remedy that cheesing problem, I have Tiptoe Turbo. It's a smaller but solo version of Tiptoe for when you have a very small amount of players for the final round. Each part is sectioned off, and each person has to complete their course on their own. The first one to figure it out wins. With this, there won't be any cheesing or sabotaging of other players, and each player will have their own pattern to follow, so there's no copying. My third idea is a much faster-paced Keep on Your Toes challenge. It's a survival round. This challenge is simple. You just have to dodge fruit that's being fired at you from cannons across the screen. You start off on these 2 higher platforms to the far left or far right. And you can move closer to the center on these lower platforms, but you can't go back up. So when you make a choice, you have to make sure that you're sure about it. If you're at the top platform, tons of fruit will be fired at you. But if you're on the second highest platform, big fruit will be fired at you. And if you're on the platform completely in the center, only a little bit of fruit will fire at you. But this is probably where most players will go in crowd, and it's the smallest platform. So you basically have to choose between dodging a lot of fruit, dodging big and super fast fruit, or dodging people as they try to block you and get you hit by fruit. And this is all in an elimination round, on a timer. You could potentially lose everyone on this round if they don't survive the 1 minute and 30 seconds. Not a lot of people get eliminated in Perfect Match or Block Party, and Rollout is very slow-paced. So having a much faster-paced elimination round like this would be super fresh. My next round is a race. I really like the challenges that use a certain mechanic to its full potential, like DoorDash, or how the Whirligig uses those spinning batons. Then there's Fruit Shoot with the conveyor belts, Dizzy Heights with the spinning platforms, you get it. But I noticed there's one thing that they haven't used to their full potential yet. It's the slippery slime, so I've created Slip and Slide. As you can see, you start over there on the left, sliding your way across this curved path while avoiding those inflatable triangle bumper things. Then you hop over a gap, avoid those red bumpers that follow a track, until you make it to a big circular area filled with more holes than Swiss cheese. Now you could go that safe long route with much smaller holes and much more room to slide, but there's also a very skinny and narrow path that gets you to where you want to be much quicker. And once you get past that, you're in the home stretch. Just keep going forward and jumping over gaps as your sliding path gets skinnier and skinnier until you win. It's a typical starting round race, 75% qualify, it may take a while like Seesaw, and there's no eliminations like Slime Climb because there will be a lot of falling. My final round is a team game. Now in most team games you're battling for a couple points, and sometimes it even comes down to 1 point. But what if we made things insane and battled for hundreds of points? That's where my game Gold Rush comes in. In this game, spotlights will appear in completely random areas of the map, and golden eggs will fall where the spotlight is shining. It's your job and your team's job to push your carts under these spotlights so you can catch dozens upon dozens of these golden eggs, worth 5 points each. The map is very simple, only having a few walls and obstacles because you'll have other team members to get around, and then other teams to get around, and the mountains of golden eggs scattered on the ground that don't fall in anyone's carts. It'll just be hectic fun as teams bump their carts into each other trying to get under the spotlight first. Maybe your team will be dumb and abandon you and trying to sabotage other teams by pushing away their carts. So many fun things can happen, and only the last place team gets eliminated. And there they are, my 5 round ideas for Fall Guys. Let me know what you guys think, and be sure to send this to the Fall Guys Twitter, and the Fall Guys Owl server owl thing, and maybe send it to Oliver. Yay. And be sure to let me know your Fall Guys round ideas in the comment section below. I'll see you guys next time. Leopold the Brave, out.